thanks to Synergy Performance, who is now on board as our main sponsor. They provide a wide variety of car care products, so keep following to hear more about them. Roland Crawford is no stranger when it comes to the 2JZ platform. Currently, he's working on his Hyundai Genesis that previously had a 4G63 engine that was swapped in it. Fun fact, the Hyundai Genesis and the Evolution 10 both came with the same 4B11 engine. As it stands, Roland currently holds the record for the fastest Hyundai Genesis in the world with a time of 10.3 seconds. However, this was accomplished with the 4G63 engine. Now that he pushes to go faster, he's now doing a 2JZ engine swap. Before Roland attempted any of this, his initial plan was to remove the 2JZ engine and power glide transmission from his Skyline and place it inside a Mark X to race someone. But unfortunately, the idea was cancelled. Journey with us as he attempts to create an 8-second Hyundai Genesis.
Alright, so you know the Genesis came in the island with a 4B11 engine in it. At that time, the 4B11 technology was new for us. Experienced some problem with it, so take it out and move over to a 4G63. With the 4G63, we were able to run a 10.3 on the quarter mile, multiple 10 second, winning 10 second twice with this car, King of Shore and Vernon. However, we decided we're going to carry the car back to the street. So, realized that maintaining the 4G63 on the street would have been a little bit more complicated in terms of price-wise and reliability also. So, we decided that we're going to go with the 2J setup in the car to have a permanent home right now. Alright, and we have the Puerto Rican them also, they have a 2J now for them one, 4G63. So we can't, in the same Genesis, they go in 2J. So you know, so we can't make them go far away left way right now. So we have to be right there. So if them go 9s before we're going to be 9s there with them just the same. Alright, so that is the key right now. Our objective is to have a 9-second street car where any one of us can just drive it to the track, put on some tire, run 9s, and drive it back home. Oh, that's our lifestyle. So like a plan?
Yeah, man.
Yes, man. That is the plan.
This is Taz, a man of many talents, but for today, he will be doing all the fabrications, such as making all the transmission and engine mount brackets that's necessary to put the 2JZ engine inside the Hyundai Genesis. So, the first order of business is to remove the engine from inside the car.
Yeah, my G, see ya? Jay-Z, Genesis, hot conversion. You were right about now, so we just a line up still, you know. Transmission kind of fatter than the original one, so we have make some space within the tunnel, so we can get some space for the transmission fit. Then we're gonna fabricate the engine mounts them, and then we move on, you understand? But alright, that's what we're there right now, so let's go on and watch the pre.
After hitting the transmission tunnel a few times, Taz places the engine and transmission inside the car once more to see if the transmission has enough clearance to sit comfortably inside the transmission tunnel.
Gets no better than a 2J as an import engine. Gets no better than a 2J.
Alright, Roland. Good luck. Look between us, sir. You know, since we have about 3 inches worth of space between us, sir. Yeah, and since we make the changes underneath, we have less than an inch worth of space, so yeah, we are achieve what we want to achieve. You know, get it to go back some more. Talk about the fat dog. Yeah, fat.
The engine and transmission is now comfortably sitting inside the car. Taz is now test fitting the intake and exhaust manifold to see how they both look inside the engine.
Yeah, space constraint plus because you can't run it for them in 2 directions.
One of the fun.
One a push and one a pull.
Now it's time to make the engine mounts for the car, but in order to get these measurements correct, Taz has to first ensure that the engine is level. And considering that the car isn't, this is how he does it.
Car there. A level, the reference line, I want to level the engine before we do the next mount. I want to make sure the engine level, make sure the engine level that way here. So like this, whatever measurement we get here, sir, supposed to get the same measurement here, sir. And the 2 part at the top is going to be the same height, sir.
Now that his measurements are correct, it's time to start modifying these engine mounts in order to make them work. These are the same engine mounts that was used on the 4G63 engine.
Maybe help me spark the ideas. We got nowhere else to go, it's only up from there. I've been on my own, just running through the field. Say vivid for the ears, I know that's how they like it. Yeah, I fantasize it. Tell me that it's real when it's all said and done. I said it how I feel it. I let them hear the fear of a passive aggressive angry black man with a passion. Steady grip when I shoot to the stars with a full clip. Shutting line with a loose sleep. Then I proof read till I lose sleep. Couldn't handle the truth, me your bed with the writing. Love at first sight shit, art over hype shit. Need a sound bite for the time capsule. Press play, they pause time for a bit. Smitten, I admit it, couldn't kick it. I'm in love with the fine print. Scribble type of shit they really find behind the white officials behind the eyelids. Tell it reckless with the clauses. Careful with the cost me. Need this shit forever, but I never ever stop until they put me in the coffin or they off me. Fuck niggas quick to auction, they false print. Always read the shit with a caution. Hold the 10 toes down for the dogs, you can see the paw print. Searching for the answers in the bottom of the last strip of the handle. The beginning of the candle. Doing shits to myself, give me fears when I'm looking in the mirror. I'm seeing somebody else, yeah. Mi corazón es on my shoulder. Wrist thing when they rose gold, admire the glow from me. Couldn't pinpoint on the globe, so I wanted to go from it. Just know that I don't fit in, but I wanna feel everything, yeah, everything, yeah. Everything, yeah, everything, yeah. Everything, yeah, everything, yeah. Everything, yeah, everything, yeah. I got my eyes low with the sky foes where the rhyme flows, so I don't really know just what we might go with the mind scope. So many things I never learned with my eyes closed. Too busy with the schemes, on the telling of my dreams. On the rail, bitch, I grind like my life's on the line, hella wired. So fall through with the light sticks. We open up when the light flicks. On sight, yellow cash rolls, everything around me. Hunting for the bounty. Wait, I look at the rip on fountain. Ran a tree down by the ounce. Liquor skin brown, slip it down to the earth, spin around. Life is hella short, so make it count. Tell the label I need 3, 4, 5 better they count it back out loud. What we getting into for the night? I never hit reply, but it read, I just wanna feel alive. Life is so much more than the bills. I just want a house in the hills. I just wanna look into her eyes while I'm gripping on them thighs, so she knowing that it's real. They don't really want it with the kid. I do this shit to feed my future kids. And I got these lame niggas crossed cause I'm starving. They gotta see my highlight, real. Mi corazón is on my sleeve shoulder. Everything in it rose gold, it might go for me. Couldn't pinpoint in the globe, so I wanted to go from it. Just know that I don't fit in, but I wanna feel everything. Everything, yeah. Everything, yeah. Everything, yeah. Everything.
The turbo manifold and the turbine housing were welded together, so currently they are figuring out a way to separate them from each other without causing any unnecessary damage.
Yeah.
The 2 feet of flange get fucking.
No.
That
The one on the turbo and the one on the...
two of them.
Alright, cut this there. Cut this out.
And the only way for level back, if you cut it down, it end up too thin.
Yeah.
That me I look
See.
for. So if we cut off this ear so, or try cut it off ear so, we can always mill this back down and bore back the 4 hole from that side.
Back. If we can always carry this back down to catch back this.
Yeah.
Alright, do your thing. Cut that then. Clean. Get a level surface. Oh, good to go again, right? No dash way. That's the shocks that we have here running from Viking. These shocks allow us to do rebound and dampering, so therefore it determines how much squat we want the car to come down. How we hitting it. If we're breaking the tire, we can add a little bit more rebound to it, so therefore we can get the car to squat a little bit more and how long it takes to actually come back up. Alright, so what we have here is a Ford 8.8 or what we call 9-inch rear. Come out of the Ford Cobra, Ford Mustang Cobra. That's the back end that we're running on this car. Similar to what's on the Skyline also. Persons have been known to run 6 seconds and 7 seconds on this type of back end that we have. Damage did the conversion on that. And since putting on that back end, we never had no problem, none at all. So what we have is a Ford rear end, a Chevy Power Glide transmission and a 2JZ engine. Which is a nice setup for a street car. Very nice setup. Alright, so let's see what time we do now. Try hit the single digit. Streetable. Let's do that, right?
The Hyundai Genesis currently has a fuel cell and 2 electric Magna Fuel 750 fuel pumps, which are both capable of running up to 1500 horsepower or more.
This should have done another bolt hole. Another bolt hole line up here. See, look at lane. See a lane? Yeah, this little pull and bolt hole. Yes, the bolt hole.
Come a little bit closer to where the sensor is where they are saying.
Really, as we mentioned, as the area I talked about before, it's going to be a solid mount. It's a bolt up solid. So what I do is use a piece of the original mount after the transmission with that piece of plate. We're there on the aluminum bracket. So I'm going to interface the two together. So that's how it is.
The transmission is sitting a few inches lower than where it needs to be, so Taz has to take the measurement and make the necessary corrections to resolve this issue.
touch the board them. So I want to set it up so I can tack it up there.
Yeah,
You can always fill up what the gap.
He's now doing a test fit to ensure that the modifications that he has made are correct. Now that it's time to weld everything together. And just like that, within a few hours, the engine and transmission is mounted perfectly in the Hyundai Genesis.
Alright, so initially we had the plan to put a 2JZ in our markets, which was one of our aims, just to prove a point. Right? We had a big money race and we decided that we were going to borrow the engine out of the Skyline, which you have some footage of us borrowing that engine, and we're going to put it inside of the markets, just to prove a point and win. Toyota engine, Toyota body, to show that. But we scrapped the project because the people then kind of back out of the race at the end of the day. So then back out, so we decided, alright, we'll put that on hold. The Genesis, however, came from the factory with a 4B11, which is a Mitsubishi engine. And we had challenges with the Mitsubishi engine with our target goal, which was to run a 10 second with the Genesis. We moved to the 4G63 platform, which you're gonna see some video of. We're able to run multiple 10-second time. Fastest time was a 10.3. It is the fastest time for a Genesis in the world, and that is on our local shore. We also won the 10-second class at Jam West, and we won the 10-second class at Vernon Field using the same car. So it was a good platform for us to run 10 seconds with. However, we started to find that the 4G63 would have had some, not reliability, but to find parts for. Parts were never readily available for us, in terms of the fact that we wanted to build a street car that could deliver a 9 second, because that is our goal now, which is to run 9 seconds with the Genesis. The Puerto Ricans are heavily competing with us with the Genesis, and they've recently put a 2JZ inside of a Genesis, so we decided to do the same, not to follow them, but to basically keep up with the power and the power plus the time that we suspect that they're gonna run. So we want to ensure that, hey, we're in the 9 second or the single digit just the same with the Genesis, and that is where we are today. So we invited Taz to come and let us put this 2JZ inside of the Genesis behind the power glide. And as you know, the Genesis that I'm running, it comes from factory. From factory with some really good technology behind it. However, we decided to make it better, where we have a Ford rear end, a Ford 9-inch rear end running on this car. We have a Chevy power glide transmission running in there, and we have a 2JZ inside of the car. So we have a really good platform to be able to run a single digit time on this car, and that is our objective for hopefully December when it launches and everything. We're going to get it cleaned up, AC working, power steering working, everything is going to be working perfectly fine, where we can drive to the track and put on some tires and run a 9 second and drive come back home. That is our objective, and it's not far-fetched. It's not a far-fetched idea behind it. I think we can do it, and the technology out there allows us to do that right now. So I think it's safe for us to do it. All right. Expect to see a lot more footage. You're gonna see it on the dyno very soon. Afterwards, you're gonna see it in action, get the draggy and get some numbers. Alright? So, end of the day, that is where we are. Alright? Bless up yourself. There for you anytime. Alright, lifestyle?